First, make a sweet stiff starter. In a small container, combine 40 grams of water, 40 grams of active starter, 80 grams of all-purpose flour, and 10 grams of sugar. Cover and rest 8 to 12 hours before mixing the dough. To make the dough, peel and dice 1 potato, then add it to a saucepan with enough water to cover, which should be at least 1.5 cups. Boil the potato until fork tender, 10 to 15 minutes. You could also use leftover mashed potatoes or instant potatoes for this recipe. See the description for alternatives. Reserve both the potato and the potato water. Measure out 240 grams of potato water for the recipe, discarding the remainder or saving it for another batch of potato rolls. Add 120 grams of white sugar, stirring to dissolve. Next, add 4 tablespoons of butter and 120 grams of cold milk. Stir to combine, then let the mixture cool to under 110 degrees Fahrenheit before adding to the dough. Now, mash your potato. I like to throw it in a food processor while it's still warm so that I can get it extra smooth, since I don't own a ricer. But be careful not to overprocess the potato, as it will turn into goop when the starches are released. To the bowl of a stand mixer, add 500 grams of bread flour and 10 grams of salt. Give that a quick whisk. Add 120 grams of mashed potato, all of the sweet stiff starter, and all of the potato water mixture. Roughly mix, then transfer to your stand mixer. For an Lancashire mixer, use the dough roller and scraper attachments. Set the mixer at a speed 5 to 6 for about 15 minutes. Learn from my mistakes here. The dough roller is not close enough to the side of the bowl in this video. The roller needs to be able to effectively work the dough against the side of the bowl, and that was not happening here. This entire process took 25 to 30 minutes for me, when it should have been completed in 15 minutes. You can see how the dough changes in the mixer as it becomes stronger. By the end, it should be very stretchy and able to hold itself together without tearing easily. It should also form a solid window pane. Use coil folds to gather up the dough and transfer it to a proofing container. This dough needs at least one set of folds before resting for the remainder of bulk fermentation and doubling in size. Coil fold the dough once, at least 30 minutes after mixing, but no more than 1 hour into bulk fermentation. I chose to give this dough a second set of folds, since I was worried about structure. This is not necessary. Only do this if you feel like your dough did not get a good knead. You can see how much more structure the dough has now and how it is much less stretchy than the first set of folds. This tells me that the dough is very strong and I do not need to fold it more. Let the dough rest until it doubles in size, or completely fills a 3.75 quart bowl, about 12 hours at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. At this point, you can refrigerate the dough for up to 24 hours. This step will increase complexity of flavor, extend the baking timeline, and make shaping much more manageable. This dough tends to be stickier because of the starches from the potato, which is why a cold dough can be helpful. It can also be helpful to use hands and a bench scraper that have been lightly sprayed with water. Since I did this as an overnight dough, I did not refrigerate the dough. Divide the dough into 15 sections, approximately 80 to 85 grams each. Shape each section into a round and place into a greased 9 by 13 inch pan. Cover and rest until very puffy and filling up the pan. When the rolls are ready to bake, brush them all over with melted butter. Bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes until the internal temperature registers at least 185 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's it. Soft and fluffy potato rolls. For more information about this recipe, including the whys behind every step of the process and ingredient conversions for those who prefer to measure in volume, see the description below for a link to my website. Enjoy! Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.